band's more than 50-year-long history, pretty much every Judas Priest fan has their favorite track they long to hear on a Priest show.
What do you want to hear? What?
Yet the band's list of the most played songs might be a little surprising for some fans. And so what we can do today is take a look at the list of the 10 most played Judas Priest songs live, and then discuss how this list weirdly proves that Judas Priest now, in the 21st century, is still one of the greatest old school heavy metal bands to see live. Here you go.
Hellbent for leather!
At first look, there might be little to no surprises in that list. Yet, if we take a closer look at an unusually flat distribution curve for those songs, meaning how many times each song has been played, we will realize that in reality there is no clear leader, and there is no track in the Judas Priest discography that has 100% secure position in the set list, and even such song as Painkiller, with which many fans associate Judas Priest, may easily be dropped from the set list and replaced by another banger, like it was in 2019. And the reason for that, I believe, is at least twofold. Number one is the simple fact of longevity of Judas Priest's career, who with more than 50 years behind them simply have a lot of great songs to choose from, and unlike many other bands who simply declare that fact, they actually do that.
It cannot be.
And by the way, if we simply take a look at the legendary Unleashed in the East, which many fans, including myself, consider one of the greatest live albums that was ever released, only 2 songs which were played back then made it in this top 10 list, since the band simply never tried to replicate what they already have done. And number 2 is incredible variation of the Judas Priest repertoire, since not even once in their career Judas Priest had 2 exactly sounding albums. So whenever I personally try to select the best Judas Priest songs, I simply have to think of them in terms of eras, and every Judas Priest era being extremely valuable in the history of heavy metal, of course deserves the right to be represented at a live show.
They say that some of the best stuff is the early stuff, and that's definitely the case with this one.
And an additional point is that the band themselves never try to achieve success by replicating their previous work and shuffling up their setlist from a year to a year, including many of the rare cuts and surprises for their fans, for whom every Judas Priest tour becomes somewhat of a quest to collect as many albums and rare songs that they have seen live. By the way, the only three clear outsiders in terms of the songs played are the two albums released with Tim Ripper Owens on vocals and the band's debut record Rock'n'Rolla, which has finally started getting some justice in the past couple of years, what makes me personally extremely happy since I love the songs from the record. But anyways, what do you guys personally think about the Judas Priest setlist throughout the years on any shows you've been to or watched online? Please let us know in the comments, as well as which band we should do such video with next.
Write that down, write that down!
And please do not forget that the war in Ukraine is still going on, and there are people dying here every day. So please continue supporting Ukraine and shout into the world about the war which is going on right in the middle of Europe. And if you would like to support my volunteer efforts here on the ground in the country by purchasing Metal Pilgrim merch to rock at your next Judas Priest show or in any other way, I'll make sure to leave some links in the pinned comment. Thank you so much for watching this short video, guys, and we will prevail. Slava Ukraini!